If you notice a part of you still waiting, holding pain that no one ever seemed to see, you can stay here with that for a moment. Take a slow breath and arrive here. You do not need to analyze anything. Let the words land where they land. Your body will take what it needs. And begin. I feel like a part of myself is still stuck in a moment from my childhood. I feel that my pain was never seen or acknowledged. I felt confused and alone with my feelings. I felt like what I was experiencing was not made real by the adults around me. I felt like I had to hold my pain by myself. I feel that a part of me is still waiting for someone to recognize what happened. I feel disconnected from that part of myself. I feel like that part is still confused and lost. I feel that this unacknowledged pain is still holding energy in my life. I want to be able to acknowledge this experience and allow that part of me to move forward. I recognize these are all experiences, thoughts, and feelings arising within my awareness, not the absolute truth of who I am. Even though a part of me is still stuck in that childhood moment, feeling unseen and alone with my pain, and even though this unacknowledged hurt still feels like it's holding energy in my life, I deeply and completely accept this experience as it arises in my consciousness. Even though that part of me is still waiting to be recognized, and these feelings of confusion and disconnection are here, they are just passing patterns, not my permanent or real self. I am open to acknowledging what happened and allowing this energy to move. A part of me is still standing right there in that moment, waiting. I feel so confused, like I'm invisible and no one can see what I'm going through. Why didn't anyone see that I was hurting? Why did I have to be so alone with this? Notice how this feels in your body, this sense of waiting and being unseen. I felt like my pain wasn't real because no one else acted like it was. I had to hold all of this by myself, and it was so heavy for such small shoulders. I'm still so lost in that feeling, like I'm wandering around inside and can't find my way out. Breathe into the heaviness of holding that aloneness. Maybe if I wait long enough, someone will finally turn around and see me. It feels like this confusion will never end, like I'll be stuck here forever. And now, from somewhere, I can almost notice myself feeling this stuckness. I'm so tired of holding this pain all by myself. I can feel the energy of it just sitting there inside me, not moving. Let the body soften a little as we just stay with this. I just wanted someone to say, I see you, and I see that this is hard. I am noticing this old, confused part of myself, and I am still here, aware. This feeling of being stuck and unseen is arising, and my awareness remains steady and intact. I can stay present with this sensation of waiting, without needing it to change or go away. Underlying beliefs. I believe that my feelings aren't real unless someone else validates them. I believe that I am fundamentally alone with my pain. I believe that a part of me is permanently lost and confused. I believe that I cannot move forward until someone from the past acknowledges what happened. The emotional mechanism here might be a frozen hope, waiting for an external rescue that was never going to come. The ego might be identified with being the one who was wronged, the unseen victim, which keeps me separate and safe from the risk of being seen and moving on. I recognize these are all patterns learned from past experiences, not the truth of my being. The outdated identity I have been carrying is that of the child who must remain still and silent, waiting for recognition, but this protective strategy is no longer who I am or what I need now. Adult self, gently turn toward your inner child. I'm sorry to my inner child who experienced such profound aloneness with your feelings. I'm sorry that the adults around you couldn't see your pain or make it real for you. It makes so much sense that you felt confused and lost, having to carry that all by yourself. Your awareness, that part of you that witnessed all of this, is completely safe, and I, your adult self, am here now as the stable observer who will never leave you alone with your feelings again. Inner child speaks. You see me, you really see that I've been waiting. It feels less scary knowing you're here with me. Adult speaks. I give you permission to release the weight for recognition from the past. I give you permission to feel your pain, knowing I am here to hold it with you now. I release any guilt and shame you carried for having these feelings. I honor our journey together through the confusion and the silence. I love you exactly as you are, lost and found all at once. You are safe to let go and simply be yourself because I am here now, always, to protect you. These feelings you have are just passing experiences. They are not what defines you or our reality. Message from Higher Self. Now that we've felt and honored the experience, allow understanding and light to arise naturally. Your inherent worth was never dependent on being seen by others. Your worth is the very consciousness in which the experience of being unseen arose. The old belief that you were alone was an illusion born of a moment when your awareness became focused on a lack of external reflection. The truth is, you were always held within a greater awareness, and that awareness has never left you. Calm and freedom are your natural state, temporarily obscured by the weather of these old emotions. The true self, the one watching all of this, remains untouched, whole, and completely free. The ask, inner child. It felt unsafe to be seen, but now I give myself permission to let my body feel the relief of being gently noticed, just for a moment. I allow the tension of waiting to soften, right here in my chest, without needing anyone to arrive. Adult self. As these old feelings of being unseen arise, I choose to stay present and connected to myself, right here, without rushing to fix or change anything. I am grounded and steady, holding space for this part of me to simply be, without the pressure to move forward before it's ready. Higher self. I allow this experience to unfold organically, trusting the body's timing for integration, without needing to understand or control the process. Awareness remains stable and calm, letting any sensations, thoughts, or impulses of this old pattern arise and pass away on their own. Bridge into your new reality. Earlier, there was only the feeling of waiting for someone else, but now, within my own awareness, there is a subtle sense of my own presence arriving. Where before there was a heavy, stuck energy in my chest, I now notice a slight softening, a small space around that sensation. Allowing it to just be there without defining me. Instead of feeling like a lost child wandering alone inside, I feel a gentle warmth from my adult self, creating a sense of companionship in this inner space. Reclaim your power. I now choose to release the belief that my healing depends on anyone from my past, and I reclaim my power to be present with all of me, right now. I embrace the learning that my worth is inherent and was never lost, and I fully engage with my life from a place of compassion and presence, knowing the self witnessing all of this is always capable and untouched. Seeing it done. I imagine myself feeling a quiet, steady warmth inside, as if a dim room has been gently lit. I see myself now, moving through my day, and that old, waiting part of me is no longer frozen in the past. Instead, it's walking right beside me, curious and calm. The energy that was once stuck in that childhood moment has softened and flowed into my present, giving me a sense of grounded lightness, as if I'm finally breathing with my whole body. The confusion has dissolved into a simple, quiet knowing that I am here, and that is enough. I can breathe easily now, and the air feels lighter, like the heaviness I carried for so long has simply evaporated. There is a warmth in my chest now, not the old ache, a gentle heat that feels like being held from the inside. My body feels solid and safe, and that little one inside me is no longer lost, but resting peacefully in the center of my being. This new way of being with myself feels remarkably ordinary, like slipping into a familiar, comfortable chair. It is simply how I am now, a calm and quiet safety that requires no effort at all. Now experience a new future. It is that moment from childhood, and the familiar confusion begins to rise. But this time I feel a warmth at my back. I am not alone. My adult self is right here with me. I feel a gentle hand on my shoulder, solid and real. I take a breath, and the air goes all the way down into my belly. The confusion is there, yes, but I notice it as a passing cloud in a wide, clear sky. I am the sky, not the cloud. The adults are doing what they do, not seeing me, and for a moment the old panic flutters in my chest. I feel my adult self's presence squeeze my shoulder gently. My body softens into that support. The flutter doesn't have to turn into the frozen feeling. I can feel my own heartbeat, steady and calm, a rhythm inside me. The silence from the adults is just a sound in the room now, not an emptiness inside me. I look around the room with my own eyes. I notice the light coming through the window, a dust mote floating in it. The part of me that was waiting is looking at it too, curious. My breathing is slow and easy. There is no urgency to be seen by them because I can feel myself seeing me. I am here, I am real. My feelings are real because I am feeling them, not because someone else names them. A sensation of safety spreads from my shoulder, where my adult hand rests, down through my chest and into my stomach. It feels like warm honey, slow and heavy. The confused, lost part of me is just resting in this warmth, not needing to find a way out. The energy that used to feel so stuck now feels like a gentle hum, like a quiet engine idling peacefully. It is just energy, moving a little, free from the old story. I see myself, the child, turn and look up at my adult self. There are no words, there is just a meeting, a recognition. The child nods a tiny movement, and then the child looks back at the room, but the shoulders are not so tight anymore. The waiting is over, not because the past changed, but because presence arrived. I feel a deep, quiet satisfaction, a completeness. This is normal, this is safe, this is how it feels to have myself. Allow this felt sense to continue integrating naturally in the body and in life. Take a deep breath, feel the shift, and smile. Let this settle gently. There's nothing you need to do right now. You can return to this whenever you feel called. Be gentle with yourself.